and 4-year-old cherubs. So we're going to talk to you today about held in common. What do we hold in common, and what holds us in common? The architecture of Trinity Church, the stories depicted in the stained glass windows, the hymns that we sing together, and the liturgy that we enact every time we gather. 6 years ago, I came to Trinity at the invitation of a friend to hear the organ and to hear the choir sing. I had a young daughter who was 3 years old at the time, and when I looked around this sacred space, I wanted her to know these characters peering down at us from the windows, and I wanted her to be swept up in their stories the way I had been swept up when I was a child. Today, my daughter is 9 years old. She's a chorister who sings with the choir in her cassock and surplice, and I'm teaching the 3 and 4-year-old cherubs every week in Sunday school, where Tyson and I share stories that form the foundation of our Christian faith. We walk the children through a liturgical calendar. We celebrate the holidays, Christmas, Easter, Pentecost, and we introduce them to our annual cycle of worship. But most of all, we tell them that they are beloved of God and that they are a blessing to this world. And what inspires me to give to Trinity? I want to nurture this community that nurtures me and my family. And I want to support this church that gives me a framework through which I find inspiration and spiritual freedom. My gift, in common with all of our gifts, makes it possible for more people to hear the sacred stories and find themselves swept up in the unfolding drama of our faith. Tyson?
Good morning, Trinity Church. My name is Tyson Shelby, and for the past few months, I've had the honor of being a cherubs instructor alongside Miss Creeley and Mr. Peter upstairs with some of the youngest of our students in Sunday school. Every week in cherubs, we mark the passing of time with a big liturgical calendar that hangs on the wall of the classroom like a clock. I would like to share how Trinity and this community have served as a clock for me. My wife, Catherine, and I have been a part of the Trinity community for the better part of 15 years. We were first invited by a friend of a friend that we met at a Halloween party in 2011, which was the year of the great Halloween blizzard, for those that remember it. He sang in the choir at Trinity and invited us to come with him. Our newfound friend's name is Alan Hess, and last year Alan stood as godfather to my daughter Rebecca on this very chancel, and she was baptized by my now friend, Reverend Abby Moon. Over the years, we have heard moving sermons from Ann Bonnyman and Sam Lloyd, and then welcomed Morgan Allen's musical Southern flair. We joined the 20s and 30s group when Matthew and Matilda Hutchins began it up again, and we walked progressive Christmas dinners all over the city with Rita Powell. In 2013, after the Boston Marathon bombing closed these doors, we marked the sad occasion by worshiping together in exile with the congregation at Beth Israel Temple in Longwood. And then in 2019, with the guidance and patient leadership of Patrick Ward, Katie and I made the decision to join the Episcopal Church officially and with other members become part of this community officially. You may notice that some who I mentioned are no longer immediate Trinity community members. Some have moved away, some have taken new callings, some have retired, and some have passed to join the communion of saints in heaven. Our church is more than a building or place. It holds us in common with all the people we love within it across time. This community is yours in the present moment, and Trinity has been with me through each of these moments on the calendar of my adult life in Boston. If you have not already made your pledge for 2025, I encourage you to join me in doing so, not for Trinity's sake, but for your own. When you make a pledge, you are holding fast to the fact that this is your community in Christ. We are here together now. Thank you.